What's up, guys? War here. Today I'm bringing you probably the easiest and one of the most fun builds in Diablo 4 Season 10, and that is going to be the Druid's Companion build, also known as Ravens. So I'm bringing you the build. We're going to go over everything, the gear, the Paragon board, the skills, everything that you need, and then show you guys how to play it with a brief little presentation, as we always do in our videos. So this is literally a one-button build, and it is just so fun. I mean, I didn't think that it was going to be this way for Druid, but it is by far one of the most satisfying builds to play. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, I do want to start off by saying that the gear that I have is the very basic gear. So I'm in like World Tier 3, World Tier 4. So this is a very beginner, or like the base standard. This is before you're going to get to your mythics or your chaos powers. So just know that going in, but this should be a very good barrier to entry for anybody who wants to play this build. So let's get into it. Let's go to the gear, or to the build. We are doing Claw with Enhanced Claw. This is mainly just for the attack speed. Although when we transform, we will still have Claw available to us, because we will be perma transforming into a werewolf instead of a werebear. I'll talk about that in a second. Next, we got Heart of the Wild for spirit, but core skills cost more spirit but deal more damage. We don't necessarily need this, but it does give us more damage overall because we are converting Ravens into a core skill. So typically we wouldn't use this, but because we're converting it, this gives us some extra damage. Then we do have Pulverize, just because, I mean, this could be absolutely anything though. Pulverize could be Tornado, it could be Landslide. It doesn't really matter because we're going to be shapeshifting into a werebear or a werewolf, so this won't actually be available. You could even do Shred instead if you wanted, because we're shapeshifting, so Shred is perfectly fine here. We're just never going to use it because we're always going to cast Ravens, so just pick your core skill of choice. Then we got Predatory Instinct, as well as the Gyat for increased move speed. We are going to be very, very fast in this build. It's very satisfying. It's not as fast as, say, doing like the Spiritborn or doing Ball Lightning or anything like that, but it is still pretty fast. Then we have Cyclone Armor here just to kind of push stuff around and get some damage reduction, which is great. We got Ancestral Fortitude for just some more resistances. Then we got Backlash for more damage while we activate a defensive skill, which we will have this in human form, but we'll have Blood Howl in our werewolf form. So this is really good. We're taking this so that way we can get more spirit and more damage. We're also taking this to get the cooldown so we can constantly cast this over and over again. And it'll also give us a nice little heal, which is awesome. Then we're going to come down to companions. So you are going to have a bunch of companions out, but your main companions and damage is going to be Ravens. We want to max this out, and we want to go into Brutal Ravens. 2 additional Ravens periodically attack, increase the passive damage of Ravens by 40%. Huge. Then we're taking Nature's Reach for more damage. We're taking Feral Aptitude for more damage and move speed. And then we're also taking Call of the Wild for way more damage. This passive is insane. And then we're taking Clarity for companion skills have a chance to crit, which is awesome, up to 45%, which is fantastic. Then down here in Wrath skills, we're not taking any Wrath skills, but we are going to take Charge Atmosphere. And this is just to get to Electric Shock, because this is going to deal more damage and have a chance to immobilize enemies, which is fantastic. We are converting Ravens into lightning damage, so having this is very, very good. And we also have a decently high lucky hit chance. Then we're doing Neurotoxin with Envenom because our companions get bonus damage, critical strike damage against poison enemies, and we will be poisoning enemies non-stop, excuse me, not with Ravens, but with Poison Creeper. Next, into our ultimate skills. So we're taking a bunch of nodes here. We're taking Defiance for more damage. We're taking Natural Disaster for more damage. We're also taking Resonance for more damage. And then we're also taking Circle of Life for some heal. Then we are taking Quick Shift for more damage. So as we shift in and out, we will get a lot more damage. I'll talk about taking the full advantage of this when we go to the showcase. But you want to get this basically before we transform, and we get a nice little damage boost. And then we got Heightened Senses for more damage reduction and move speed, which is fantastic. You could actually take some more points here if you wanted to, but otherwise it's fun. Then we got Grizzly Rage. We take this to go all the way up to Supreme Grizzly Rage for some Fortifying Life, and then we're also going to be Unstoppable. We will not be a werebear. We are shapeshifting into a werewolf. And then our key passive choice is going to be One with Nature. Our companion skills gain 1 additional companion and deal 80% multiplicative damage. We gain the passive effect of Ravens, Wolves, and Poison Creeper, which is why we don't actually have to take points in these. They're just going to always be active. Into the Paragon. This is pretty standard Paragon. I'm just going to showcase the ones. If you guys want to pause it and just go through and copy, feel free. Then we got Headhunter here. This is going to be just damage overall. Also, guys, we do stream every day on Twitch and YouTube at 8 p.m. EST. So if you guys want to come by there, show some love. That'd be much appreciated. Into board 2, we are taking Untamed for more damage. And then our glyph of choice will be Wilds for more damage. Board 3 will be Thunderstruck for more damage. We almost got to the 60% multiplicative, which is great. Our glyph of choice is going to be Earth and Sky for more damage. Board 4 will be Heightened Malice for more damage. And then our glyph will be Spirit for the crit. And then our last board is going to be Sinister Tendrils for poison or more damage against poison enemies. And our glyph of choice is going to be Keeper for more damage. So this is pretty standard board, guys. If you guys want to pause it, feel free. That way you guys can copy it if you need to. All right, next. Into our Spirit Boons. Okay, so Deer, we got Gift of the Stag. We gain 30 maximum spirit. We gain 10 every second because we are going to be able to spam this pretty much indefinitely. But there is going to be a few times if you spam too much where we got to get our spirit back, but we should be okay. Next is Eagle. We're going to specialize in this, so we get 2. We got more attack speed as well as more crit strike damage. In the Wolf, we're taking Lucky Hit. We get a chance to fully restore our spirit, which is huge. This should happen very often. And then next is Snake, which we got Overload for storm skills because we are making Ravens and deal lightning damage. Into our Mercenaries, we got right here, we're doing Ground Slam into Bastion with Inspiration. And then our support is going to be Aldkin. We actually want, I think it's this one. No, because I just upgraded him, so we don't need the Haunt. We actually want, the stun is pretty good, but I think it's, yes, we want this one, the Field of Languish, so they deal less damage to us. And you can just put this on Ravens because this is going to be our main attack skill. Into our Chaos perks. Huge here. This is where all the love and all the change happens. The main one, our legendary power, is going to be Savagery. Your companion skills are altered to also be core skills, and your companions grow in size. Max this out for 80% multiplicative damage. So Savagery is what makes our Ravens become a core skill, and we can just spam indefinitely. Otherwise, there's an insane cooldown. So this is required. Next, we got Crazy Brew. Fantastic. You pop this. We do get a little bit of a cooldown at 15 seconds, but you should be fine with all the healing that we have from our passive skills. So having 80% increased attack speed is fine. We're not really attack speeding. It does help, but then the 80% increased movement is insane for 5 seconds. Next, we got Purge the Infected. We deal 200% of their base damage for poisoning over 4 seconds, so this also helps stack with all of our other abilities. And to a poison enemy, dealing direct damage to a poison enemy spends 5 spirit and can be guaranteed crit, which is huge. Next, we got Overabundance. So every 100 spirit we generate above maximum increases our damage by 100% multiplicative for 5 seconds, and you can stack it. So these powers are absolutely insane. Now let's go over the gear here because this is a very baseline entry, which is why I like to bring the videos at this point. There is some that you just can't because of stat requirements, but this is one that I just put this together. I only have a couple items actually up to level 4, and this is all you need. I don't even have all ancestral items, and the build is just absolutely insane. I mean, we're at 9k life trying to eclipse 10k life, and it's just nuts. So the only unique that you actually need is the Kilt of the Blackwing. Ravens deal up to 100% multiplicative damage, and shapeshifting into a different form or activating a companion skill summons a raven that attacks nearby enemies. Summoning a raven has a chance to call forth the Unkinness for 10 seconds, increasing the number of ravens summoned to 3. Now, the first part, we are not going to be summoning other companions. We're only going to summon ravens, but we do get this nice little bonus here. Now, with the powers, we're taking Spirit Bond here for increased damage from our companions, and they cannot die. Then we got Juggernauts. Again, you can put anything here. I just have Juggernauts for armor, but you can put absolutely anything here that you want that'll fit what you need. We got Changeling Debt. This is required. Increased damage while hitting a poison enemy as a werebear or a crowd controlled enemy as a werewolf. So this is huge damage. And then we got dire wolves. This is where it all happens. Grizzly Rage now is a werewolf skill and shapeshifts you into a dire wolf. Dire wolves gain 30% move speed. I almost have the 40%, and the spirit cost reduction, which is absolutely huge. This power is fantastic because not only does it heal us, but it gives us nice reduction of cost here. So spamming this makes it so much easier with this power. Next, we got shepherds on our weapon. They deal an additional up to 26% damage. I got a very bad power. I'm still trying to find a better one for each companion we have, which is huge. In our amulet, we got storm crows. This is where ravens are going to deal our lightning damage. Ravens active deal its full damage in half the time. So not only is the lightning damage very nice, but the fact that it deals the damage so much faster, which is why we can just clear mobs. Then we got rampaging werebeast. The duration is increased, and then we get all this crit strike damage, which is fantastic. And then the stampede here, we gain one additional companion. In addition, they deal even more damage. So these are all the powers, guys. Like I said, you only need the kill of the Blackwing. Very basic stuff here. Our runes inside here are going to be Igni and Lum. So offering every 3 seconds, casting a non-basic, we get resource back. And then in our weapon, we have Nagu and Cha. So maintains at least one active summon for 5 seconds. And we summon wolf companions that attack enemies for 8 seconds. So this is just more damage. And just having wolf companions out is fantastic. So we're going to go in, we're going to pop some stuff here. I like to do the increased critical strike, or you could do the attack speed, doesn't matter. But I really like this for the lucky hit, which is where we're going to be able to keep our spirit up. So I like to pop this, and then I just pop a few incense, no big deal. So we'll go in and we'll do like Torment 4, just a baseline Torment 4, just to show you guys how the build works. So this build is so fun, man. I've been having an absolute blast with it. It plays very similarly to Tornado from back in the day. So what you could do is you just pop Cyclone Armor, pop your Bloody Roar, make sure you get your bonuses here, and then what you can do is shapeshift, and then you just summon down the ravens, and then you just fly across, and you're just dealing a crap ton of damage. They should kill absolutely everything. And like I said, you can shred too, just to add some more speed if you want, and you're just trying to keep Bloody Howl up. And this build is just so good because you can just cast this stuff as you're moving along. And you just fly through the entire game. It's so good. And with the durations from the tempers and stuff that we have on our gear, we should have no problem basically being in our werewolf form for pretty much the entire run. I think there's very few times where I actually come out of werebear form. Like very few times. Like we're in the duration for so long. And the fact that we can just cast everything just so far ahead just makes this build just so fun, man. It's a very, very satisfying and fun build to play. You're just kind of flying through. Oh, wait, and I gotta pop my potion, too. Make sure you're always popping your potion every 10 seconds. Make sure you always pop it. Don't forget. That extra attack speed and move speed just helps with the clear. So good. Now, as much as I like being a werebear, just having the extra speed and stuff is just nuts. And then always pop Bloody Howl on cooldown here. Always pop Bloody Howl on cooldown. Just always pop it. Always, always. Like I said, you just absolutely fly. You just fly. And then we go in and kill the boss. Boss is absolutely no problem either. And all you do is run up to the boss and you just spam. And then he dies. You just spam ravens and then they're dead. Very nice. I don't even have all these leveled up. They're not even to 46 yet. That's how like we just finished putting this together, guys. But yeah, so that is one button companion ravens druid. Druid ravens. This build is just such a blast to play, guys. So I hope you guys do enjoy it. One more thing for the tempers. Raven's active size here is the most important. Raven's attack speed important. Raven's active size and grizzly duration. Okay, Raven's attack speed and move speed. Chance for Ravens to do double with grizzly rage duration. Critical strike, reduce cost, lightning damage. and then Grizzly Rage duration and lightning, or well, not lightning resist. I haven't even crafted the other one on here yet. And then make sure on this ring that you have lucky hit, chance to make enemies vulnerable. It just helps with your damage. And then as far as your two-hand, make sure you get a pole arm for additional vulnerable damage. Makes it very important. Yeah, guys, this is it. Like the video, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, stay gaming. See you guys in the next one. Peace.